Today we're going to go up the main hill, that one over there. We're going to ride just once on this hill, so we're going to hit this one, into a bit of this, as a little warm up, down here, back up again, down the main trail here, which is called Shockfeet, or Unhas Dentes on Trail Forks, Impossível, maybe a couple of lonely ones here, back here, Carraças XL, and then back home. See you in a second. Okay, so hello everyone, hope you're well. Please pause again, tell me how you're doing, tell me about your day, what did you have for lunch, what did you have for breakfast, all the important stuff. Okay, let's get started. So after my last attempt at making a video documenting the trails around Arrábida, overheated brakes and the jankiest trails known to man, I'm going to actually try it now. Today is the day. I've had my brake service, I've been on holiday. I mean, not that I'm not living on holiday anyway, but we're back out. We're going to go up the main hill, São Luís, and we'll be doing some sort of XC flattish trails that are at the bottom of the hill. Quite fun, quite flowy, loamy little sections. We'll be heading back up the hill again, down a track, can't remember its name, I'll tell you when I get there, which is also pretty flat but tight and through the trees. That's halfway up the climb to the peak of São Luís, and then we'll be doing one trail from the top, which is Shockfeet, or as I said earlier, the name of the trail. So let's have a little fast forward and we'll start the first trail. So after ascending 40 meters from the bottom of the hill, already part of the way up, but it leads you to this kind of good cross-country trail, proper cross-country trail I would describe it as. Actually on the road it's not just 40 meters of climbing, to even get to there I've done 180 so 140 of that is on tarmac, but as you can see, steel bars all the way down there. So this trail, it's probably best to explain it as I ride it. Have a little breather, let's go. So this trail is visible, rideable both ways, proper cross-country trail, like a proper trail, because you have a couple technical climbs, like the one I just messed up. Rideable both directions, fun both directions. Starts out these little punchy climbs to the rocks, and then we descend. Really sweating out last night's wine. Flat-ish, flowy. Just try and pick the best lines. Helps if you change gear. Whew. Now this is the north to south way. Good fun, but it'll be real fun on a cross-country bike Whew. To get beautiful views like that. Dropping down another short section and then back up. There's nothing too technical on it. A good blue trail, I'd say. You could ride it at whatever speed. You'll see as we go back the other way, south to north, some of the climbing is a bit more technical. I actually prefer it that way. I'll show you this way first. What you may have seen, down to the left, back there, is the next trail. Let's finish off this one for the sake of continuity. Good old fashioned flat cross country trail with technical climbs. Woo. And it ends just here. So, before we hit that trail back the other way, which is my most favourite way, we did pass a trail that comes off to the right of this one. So we're going to go back, do that gravel climb back to the top, and we'll hit this fully. Starts about here. So this one, very different from the last one. I'm going to say it's blue, but it has some features that I would describe as red. There's some technical steep sections, a little drop, a little jump, some little steep sections, and then there's even like a special little line that I take which involves quite a hop. You don't have to do the hop, but I think it's quite fun. So let's take a look. So it starts here and we will go right. You can go left. I actually don't know what is that way. This way is the most frequently roadway. Got this technical rocky bit, but apart from this rocky bit, pretty flowy. Here's the gap. Woo! Bit of a pull there. Oh, it's quite loose today. All the pines falling off the trees. And go up and around this bit. Woo! Nice. I think this one's called Desfiladeiro? I don't know. I don't speak Portuguese. Not that well anyway. So keep on the brakes. It's quite tight here. There's a berm there, but it's probably an afterthought. Got a short punchy climb. Isn't much. It's a bit slippy sometimes. A couple of times that I've rode this trail. Joins here, so coming up quite loose on these roots, control the speed, and we have a little drop here. We'll roll. Oh, easy peasy. Got another. Got a steep bit here, nothing to worry about. Whew. We've got a little bridge, which scares me. Reminds me of the North Shore in Canada. My worst fear. And pretty much, there we go. Luckily from here, there used to be a trail actually, off to the left, but the local farmer, I assume, has blocked it off. So we're going to go right at the end of this, on this path, and head up the gravel road, hit the other trail, straight down Carraças. You know what, I'm going to insert Carraças XXL right here so you can see that first. So if you could see me, which I won't let you, you'd see that that climb whereas steep and boring but very sweaty, and that's the multiple cups of Vino Tinto last night. So we're going to drop into this one, which is south to north version of this trail. Has a little technical climb. I hope I can clean it for you. If I don't laugh at me. And if you're watching this as a trail preview before you ride it yourself, hopefully you can come back and clean it. I'm going to do it in one go. Places to be. So one of the only trails where I'm going to use the compression settings on my shot. Not in climb mode, not in fully open, because it's a bit uppy downy, a bit cross country, but I still want that bit of squish to keep me satisfied. Starts pretty chill at the moment, but the short country climbs don't take long to start. Messed that up a little bit. The Strava comms today, that's for sure. I don't know if I actually have the one for this. Maybe I do. Maybe I'm just bragging. Short, slightly bumpy descents, nothing technical, everything within a hub height, so easily rollable by most people on bikes. We a little bit here. I'm going to choose this up line here. Cross country skills, which I've never actually done. Short little rough descent. And then make sure to shift up. This is where that punchy climb starts. I make it, I've made it once before and I will do it again. Not today, children, not today. Ah, the shame, the shame. Whew, see if I can stop from here. I've let you all down. Don't beat me up. I've only ever done it once. We'll come down here. Nice little rocky bit. Quite loose there, so watch out. And as a little extension for fun, we've done this horrible slidey chute. All these big loose potatoes underground do not make it grippy. Oh my god, he was resting on the boulders. And we're at the bottom of the climb, so we're going to go halfway up and we're going to do another trail. It's one of those trails that if you don't want to go all the way to the top of San Luis, you can just do this one. It takes you onto Carraças, but you'll see in a second actually. Don't know why I'm telling you this. I'm a lot more Vino Tinto sweated out of my body, and we are at the top of this trail. So again, similar to the last trail, or the trail, fuck it. Okay, another sweaty climb completed. A lot more Vino Tinto out of my body. Forgot to mention I hadn't ridden for like 2 weeks before this. My brakes weren't working as per the last video, and I went on a little side holiday to Douro Valley. Highly recommend. Probably bring a bike, but mainly just be prepared to drink a lot of wine and port. But without further ado, you don't need to know about my holiday trips. We are going to go down this trail. It's quite tight. I enjoy it very much. In the wet, it does tend to get slippy. It doesn't dry out very well. Like the other trails become too dry. Whereas right now, actually, it rained a couple of weeks ago, and then a bit of sun. Actually gripping. Great grip on this trail at the moment. Just taking it chill. Not going after any personal records today. Just a bit of flow. Sweat out the wine, eh? This one does tend to leave you with scratches on your arm. But it's pretty moderate on the steepness. You can just flow it. If you don't fancy going all the way to the top of São Luís, just flow down this way. The climb is only about halfway up to the top, so still get a bit of pedalling in. Got one little steep section here. Be careful not to go straight forward there. You'll end up in a ditch. Nice. Speeds up a bit here. This bit usually does become the slippiest because of all the chalky rocks here. Control those brakes so we can see where we're going. Little trail, new trail looks like, off to the side. We will ride that. This does look like a bit cleaned up. There if that's the rain or the locals. Either way, good fun. Don't like that good. And again, oh, we got options. That is fresh and new. So it looks like I'm going to go down. Let me go down this way. Let's see what happens. Yeah. So this section will take you now onto Carraças, which is flowy. We'll do a bit more of this trail soon, but I do enjoy it, not gonna lie. It's a bit flat. The locals aren't really a fan of it. There's a love for the town. Legs a bit. We'll go up the Roman road, ready to head to the top of São Luís. My legs are feeling a little bit cooked, not gonna lie, but see you up there. You know this, but it's also a little bit of a learning thing that I've learned through years of riding bikes. Sometimes you just know you should probably go home because you're hungry. I was starting to do that climb up to the top of São Luís, but I've decided I'm going to go home, I'm going to have my lunch, and then if I can do a bit of work, then I can come back out for just one big lap of São Luís in the afternoon. Sound good to you? Sounds good to me. So we'll see how that goes. Love a track stand. so I've made it to the top after that little brief lunch break. Home to this high point is 409 meters of climbing. So I'm a bit tired. If you go over there, you got Lisbon, beautiful hills over there, Troy over there, and Stubar back there. But it's not sightseeing, it's time to see some trails. Here we have a flattish trail, multi-shed, multi-use, multi-shed hiking trail, blue, but there are some technical bits. Yeah, a couple technical downhill bits, so it's blue, but be aware if you do come ride it. It's a bit windy now after my little lunch break. I like to choose this line here. A bit overgrown as well, but really do enjoy these little technical sections. Now this little trail, if you concentrate for a second, will take you to the beginning of 3 trails. Let's just stop here for a second. Look at that view, so pretty. Good spot for a bit of lunch. I've already had mine. This trail carries on. A bit windy. We will descend down there. We'll finish this bit and I'll explain. Chances are you've clicked on it to see what this bit looks like. So, do that. So, little technical section. Keep at the speed, but don't get too fast. Quite loose on these corners. Really marbly. Be aware that as soon as you get to the bottom, more punchy climb. So this trail leads to 3 main trails off of this hill off this side. This will be heading east. You've got a blue trail, which is the continuation of this as a hiking trail. So if you ride that, be really aware. The red option is what we're going to go down. Just mountain bikes, hand built by a load of locals. You'll enjoy that. And we've got a black trail, which I was recommended never to go down it because it's just too loose. Doesn't actually work. A couple of weeks ago I did go down it. See what they meant. It was horrible. Not horrible, but too much, and got issues with some burning brakes. If you want to watch that, that video is still on YouTube, but I'm not proud of it. Not that proud of any video I've ever made. But back to this one. There's technical rock section here, which is very slippery in the wet. But key to it, keep moving over the rocks. You should be fine. Said blue and red trail that way, so this is the actual continuation of the hiking path. I think people do hike this way, but in terms of riding down there, I'll put the link so you can see it if you want. But I wasn't having a good day. My brakes were in desperate need of a bleed. They've been bled now by Legend and they are working perfectly, I hope. Let's see if they get really hot. But that trail, way too loose. Maybe I'll give it another go after some rain, see what happens. But we're gonna go right, essentially ducking in the bush, trying not to be slapped by a load of sticks. And starts out just pretty flat. There is a bit of a short climb, but after that we're into it. Maintain the speed here, even though it's very loose. Oh. And here we are. Very windy, so I'm going to be very careful of that. We're just going to go straight into it. So So watching out for all these loose rocks. A lot of the corners here are quite loose. My front wheel slipping. Very careful of them brakes. I really want to test if they're broken still. Good catch burn, but make sure you're not braking around it. It's very loose. Oh yes! Got it right, that one. It's a very loose corner. You really do have to set it up wide. Techie bit there. Up and over this as well. This trail was hand built. There's a lot of rocks to be moving. Whew. That was good. Very loose at the moment. But ultimately, as you're aware, braking on loose rocks will send you flying, and we're all good. Keep off the potatoes. That's what I had for lunch. This is where it ends, but down doesn't end here. Now on a trail called Impossível. Right the name. This one's fast and flowy. I just got a rock shit. Woo. Oh well. Living life. Love this trail. It's flowy, but you have to be aware of these corners. We are in Europe. We love a Euro corner. Keep the flow up. Loose, so try my speed into it. Let go of those grips. Free speed. Over these rocks. There we go, a little tiny gap over a rock there. Another one round the corner. Out for that wind. Try and keep on this bit. Mastered it. That's a good one. It's a pretty good run actually. I mess a little bit up. Flowing nicely here. My lunch during this. We go cut down right here. You can go left. That's not as fun. Corner, so let go of those brakes before we get to that. There we go. That was beautiful. It's not the end of this trail, we're still not at the bottom. A little bit up the left here, we go down here. The black trail from the top actually comes out about here, and that bottom section's really fun, and I haven't had the opportunity to ride that when my brakes aren't on fire. So when I do eventually go back down Death Valley, I will go that and we'll ride it quickly and we'll have fun. We'll all enjoy it, won't we? But this is one of the main trails off of this part of the hill. The name is something. I forget. How am I alive? I forget everything. But we're gonna go trucking down there. It's very quick, quite loose, quite rough. Ultimately, you could ride it at whatever speed and you'll be fine. So, happily say it's a blue trail. So, without further ado, we are dropping in. And already you can see beautiful views. And you can see how quick this trail is. Very rare that it's all good. Going in half again. You can pretty much go down, straight down the gas to most of the rough section. Woo! Flying corners like that, I like to make sure that it's coming down. The suspension out. Those little bits. Nice. Keeping the grip. Always find the pressure points on the trail. Like that. Like that. Open up and wide. A couple big potatoes there which you're going to avoid. Cut loose like that. Really messed up the line there, but you'll understand. The cars are coming and we're out on the grub. What a beautiful trail, eh? This is Carraças. It's very fast, flowy trail. Very cross-country rider. Probably one of the best like trails to take a normal average Joe on. I like to keep my saddle up at the start just to get that bit of extra speed. And the trail turns into a bit of a roller coaster. It's so fun. Here we go. More speed, the more fun, eh? Like a Star Wars fans will get annoyed at me for messing up. Oh, so much fun. Mess that up. Oh man. Good times, the trail carries on a bit here. But not really. Just a bit of fun. So there we go, everyone. Oh, the most important trails in São Luís. You got ones on that side if you want to keep it over there. You got big climbs, half the climb, good views. Ones like that last trail, just so much fun if you don't want to go up any hills really, because it's still about 140 meters of climbing from Stubal to here. But if you just wanted a little trail to practice your skills on, that's the one for it. But that's all on there. So I'm going to make another video heading to the trails that are over that side, and maybe if I have time before I leave this country, I'll make one for the trails up on the proper Serra de Arrábida, army bases, abandoned, long trails, highest points and all that, and we'll do that. So if you ever want to watch one of my videos again, please do.